Hello guys, welcome back to Patrones Mujer. I'll be sharing with you the tutorial how to make this dress, and you can find this pattern on the magazine Patrones Infantiles number 70. Having said that, let's get started. We'll take pen and paper to write down the materials. Once we have the pattern dress in front of the magazine, we cut along the side line that we'll make. These are finished patterns, which means they have 1 cm seams, hems, and cut with notches and green lines. Let's check the pieces. These are the pieces from the hood, the sleeves. This is the pocket of the front. This is the front and back. This is the piece of the front, and also the piece of the front and the bias, and the pieces of the shoulders, and the visible fabric for the heart. First, we're going to fuse the heart, and then we're going to cut around of the hat. This is visible fabric, and it has glue in both sides. We take off the peeling and we place on the fabric. Then we press with the iron for paste the heart. Now you have to pass a stitch on zigzag around of the heart. Place on top the facing piece. You have to face the right, and we're going to sew around of the piece on the blocket. Face the right and sew from the neckline, turn on the button and continue to the neckline. Snip on the center of the placket and cut the excess of the fabric on the placket. Turn the piece and pass a stitch around on the placket. Make a mark because we need to position the holes for the grommets on the placket. Continue with the hood. We're going to face the right of the fabric. We're going to close the curve. Also with the other fabric, we have to face the rights and we're going to close on the curve. After that, we're going to face the rights of the hoods and we're going to close the curve. Face the rights and sew on the curve of the hood and also with the other pieces. You have to pull the seams to the sides and pass a stitch along of the hood. We take the other pieces of the hood and face the rights and close on the curve. Open the seams and pull the seams to the sides and pass a stitch along of the hood. Face the rights of the fabric and close around of the hood. You have to match the cut on the center. Cut the excess of the fabric around of the hood. Turn the hood and pass a stitch around of the hood. Pass a stitch along of the base of the hood for hold the fabrics. Continue with the piece of the placket on the front. We're going to sew for the curve and for the sides. Cut the excess of the fabric, cut the corner and turn the piece. Snip the curves and then we have to press with the iron. Overlock one side of the piece and pass a stitch all around on the piece. Now place the piece on the placket and pin it for later sew the piece. I'm going to face the rights of the front and back, but first, if you have a loop, we have overlocked the sides and the shoulders. Then when we have done close the shoulders, we're going to place the hood around of the neckline. Place the piece of the placket and sew them on the sides and on the bottom of the piece. Face the rights and sew on the shoulders. Place the hood around of the neckline. You have to match the notches and the center back. These are the ruffle piece which is going around of the shoulders. So we overlock all around of the piece, and now we pass a stitch along of the piece, and parallel to the first one we pass another one, and then we pull the thread from the spool for get together. We're going to place the bias around of the neckline. So we fold in half the bias, we place around of the neckline, and we sew them all around. Cut the excess of the fabric and cut the excess of the fabric around of the neckline, and you have to snip the curves. Fold the bias and pass a stitch on the edge. Now we fold the bias inside of the garment, and we pass a stitch on the other edge of the bias for close the bias. Continue with the ruffle piece. We start from the heart and continue to the back of the dress. Remember to match the shoulders. Place the piece facing up and press with our fingers together. Face the racks of the front and back, and we're going to close on the sides. We start sewing from the armhole to the bottom. But first, if you have a look, we overlock first the sides. This is the sleeve. We fold in half and we're going to close on the side. Face the rights and sew them from the top to the bottom. Fold the cuff and pass a stitch all around. Place the sleeve. You have to match the shoulders and the notches, and also match the sides. So all around of the armhole, you have to match the notches and the shoulders and the sides. And then we have to overlock the armhole. The other sleeve is the same as we made for this one. Finally, we want to make the curve of the pocket. We fold in half and we place the centimeter inside. We pass a stitch from the side and along of the curve. We overlock the hem and we press with the iron. But we overlock with a flexible tape and then we're going to press with the iron. Fold the hem and pass a stitch all around of the hem. Let's start from the side. And we have finished our dress. We place the pieces on the curve and we place the grommets on the pocket. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tutorials. You can find this pattern on the magazine Patrones Infantiles number 17 and the links are below. We'll see you in another video very soon. Bye!